Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind, to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-hosts and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scucci and Bob Hasek. Hey guys, how are you? And why are we doing this?
I'm doing great because watching Chairman of the Board starring Carrot Top, it's like when you went to church as a kid. I don't know if you were forced to go to church every Sunday.
I was.
Like
yes.
the minute after mass ends is the longest possible time before you have to go to church again. And I'm celebrating because this is the longest possible time between me watching this movie ever again, which is never.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, Bob? Are you describing the movie this week?
He sure is.
I'm doing okay. I have my first sick day of the school year coming up tomorrow. We're trading in our car to buy another car, and we're and I haven't taken a day off school yet this year. So I'm good because I'm going to miss a day of school, but I'm bad because I'm going to take on another car. Anyway, here's the movie. The movie is called Chairman of the Board, and my alliteration is Carrot Top's cartoonish character creates chaotic, cascading calamity.
Ain't that the truth?
Now, truly, this film cannot be described succinctly, but I'll try. Okay, so a surfer / inventor / slacker befriends a millionaire CEO / inventor just before said millionaire dies. And the millionaire leaves the company to the slacker, who somehow invents things that make the company wildly successful. Meanwhile, the jealous nephew of the millionaire plots to ruin the company, so the slacker loses his job. I should spoil the ending, because if you watch
no one gives a shit, Bob.
Because if you watch this, you likely didn't make it to the end.
Agreed. And I nearly didn't.
The slacker prevails, evil nephew loses, nut shots, various slapstick and barf gags reign supreme.
You forgot one thing, Bob. I'm just going to throw it in there just for our audience. Throughout this entire arc of being broke, being successful, being broke again, and redeeming yourself, he never once paid his rent.
Not successfully, no.
No, not that we're aware of anyway. All right, let's see what the often psychotic YouTube audience thinks of this one.
Okay. Welcome to YouTube, where the comment section is full of
cancer-infested rats. It's a very dangerous snake. It'll kill anybody it comes in contact with.
You're going to notice a theme involving Norm Macdonald on the first 3 comments. Number 1,
right?
I can't believe I watched this whole movie. Thanks a lot, Norm. Number 2, who else is here because of Norm Macdonald? And number 3 explains those 2 first comments. You know, it's funny. I'm only watching this because of the Conan interview with Courtney Thorne-Smith, where Norm Macdonald roasts her for leaving Melrose Place in order to do this movie. Conan asks her if Carrot Top uses his props in this movie, and she says no props. But, like, this movie is 80% props. The interview in question is when Norm he's just like, is bored spelled B-O-R-E-D?
Yes, I remember that now.
And then I have a couple more. Chairman of the Board is definitely one of the movies I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Carrot Top should do his whole act in that chicken suit. That was a scream. For the time, this was an entertaining movie. Lots of great character actors. I don't think this person knows what a character actor is, but sure, that's fine. And the last one, actually that's the same. That's the Norm Macdonald one again. So yeah, that's it. Psychotic. People enjoyed it, but mostly people were there because Norm Macdonald made fun of it, like several years ago.
So glad he did.
Yeah,
right. Rather deserving, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
Let's start to test number 1, the worst of its kind.
Yep.
Some bad news and some good news.
I've got some good news and I've got some bad news.
We got some bad news.
This movie is the worst of its kind.
Yeah, I'll say. Grumpy Old Men with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. A 64.
What?
That's fair.
Okay.
You think it deserves a better score than that?
No, it's just like, why is that in this?
Oh, yeah. This is the most confusing mix, to be honest.
Probably because of the slapstick element of it.
I suppose. Mouse Hunt with Nathan Lane.
Okay.
A 44.
All right.
48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte.
Okay.
A 92?
I've
So it
heard
had
good
to get
things
a
about
high-
that.
People love that movie.
Yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire, Pierce Brosnan and Robin Williams, a 70. I love that movie. I'm sure Bob does not, but I love it.
It has a lot of problems, but I enjoy it. I remember it fondly, and I enjoyed it.
I'm with Rob. It has a lot of problems, but it's okay.
Oh man, I love it. Babe.
He wrecked a San Francisco house with a birthday party and wonders why she divorced him.
Yeah, I mean that party was a little much. I'll have to agree. Babe with James Cromwell and Hugo Weaving, a 97.
No.
Yeah, people love that.
Yeah, an average of 73.4. What did chairman of the board get?
12.
I'm going back to 13.
You guys are right on the fucking money. 11. Nicely done, Rob.
11.
We lost by Price is Right standards. We both lost though.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess that's a Chris win. Chris
Oh,
wins.
fuck you.
Chris wins. All right, that's a negative 62.4 and worst. First win for Chris.
62.4. Jesus Christ.
Yes, huge negative score. Definitely was not selective when choosing the other members of that test. We're gonna skip that and go straight to test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
So tell me the truth, Don, about Ratty. How's his stuff? Great. It's got 4 inches. 4 inches? That's not so hot. Yes, it is. I measured him from the ground up.
Well, isn't that a bitch?
Oh, right.
Who goes
Can I
first?
go first? I'll go
Yeah.
first. All right. Edison's inventions are seldom clever. With so many pulleys, gizmos, and levers, he inherits a business, but his projects are bullshit. We've done it, guys. We found the worst movie ever made. www.theworstmovieevermade.com, where you can find our podcast feed, our YouTube feed, our social media, our interactive polls, and our trailers. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Rob. I think I'll go second because I'm not proud of this one, and I think I want to keep Bob out of the number 2 ditch that he gets stuck in a lot.
Okay.
All right. Ironic it was, and I forgot about the Norm Macdonald things before I wrote this. But ironic it was titled Chairman of the Board because while watching this, I left my chair repeatedly because I was bored. Carrot Top Scientist, please. But even harder to believe was how many times in this movie Carrot Top scored.
Yeah.
Which was once, right? Or twice?
I want to say we don't have a Titscope score for this movie, so I'm not really sure at this point. But I know of a time at least. But I think I'm trying to think of another. Bob, you go ahead and I'll keep thinking.
All right. Mine is going to win. Here we go.
All right.
There once was a slacker inventor named Edison who somehow frequently is being jettisoned.
Wow.
Painfully predictable and puerile, dim-witted dialogue defiled. I will need a refill for my antidepressant medicine.
Bob 5. That covers all bases. I was also going to use the word jettison, but I walked away from it when I took a different direction. So I'm glad we were on the same wavelength on that.
I'm with Bob on a 5 as well.
Cool.
Nice.
See, I can share.
Yeah.
No, you
I got to
can't.
win already. So,
but thanks for trying.
I already got my win. So we're tied so far through the episode. All right. Test number 3, the most offensive.
Well, Jimmy John, all I said was
Saddles.
go deep, and white guys keep them out if you can on 2. Jimmy, the motherfucker's crazy, but he sure can throw.
That's it from here in Molokai, Hawaii. Back to you
with the most offensive. Hooray.
I feel like we've unleashed the alliteration Kraken. Bob.
Yes, we have.
Like he's just gonna destroy every one of these now. I'm gonna have to come back at you. All right, so I've got a little bit of my own in the most offensive. This is our 5-1 countdown. We don't do the sound effects. We keep those for a little later, just for fun. So I'll start with number 5. Shower curtain crashing on Carrot Top cleaning his carrot. The old lady that is their landlord is giving a tour of the house when Carrot Top is in the shower and decides not only to go into the bathroom, but to pull back the curtain to show Carrot Top, who is fully nude but covered in lather of some kind.
Suds. Some kind.
Yeah, not cool. Number 4, and this is the one that I can think of when they do it. But Carrot Top condom career comes careening down when female father finds a French tickler.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes. Carrot Top condom career comes careening down when female's father finds a French tickler.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. What I'm referring to is Carrot Top is looking for jobs and takes a job in like a condom factory or something. And the boss of the condom shop comes into the office to find that his daughter is behind his desk getting French tickled. I guess that's the condom brand or whatever by Carrot Top. So, don't take a guy's daughter behind his desk and do the, naughty, because that's not so cool. Here's number 3, and this reminds me of Wild Hogs. If you guys remember, there was like a lazy eye joke, and it's kind of lame, to like make fun of things that people can't control that way. Like, but smokers' throat jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like to have the landlady like speaking through one of those things on her throat. It's just not funny to me.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be an added element of humor, but to me it was offensive.
Agreed.
Yes.
All right, number 2, foolish and frequent flatulence. You guys remember that? You guys remember the fanny pack that's like on the butt?
Yes.
When he unzipped it.
That will appear on a clip, so you'll get to hear and see that depending on whether you're YouTube or podcast only. And thank you so much for listening or watching. We appreciate it. But check out our YouTube where, Rob?
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Are you drinking boiled peanuts?
Yeah. You don't do that? No, it's like a makeshift dirty martini.
Oh, nice. Got it.
Yeah, I like to drink on podcast nights, but I don't really have anything in the house, so I whip myself up dirty, and I had 1 beer, so I've got those things on my side here. We'll see how I feel in the morning. Number 1, Edison's inability to respect the inanimate.
Yeah.
And so what I'm thinking about here is the Dead Guy Tie episode where he is in the funeral home and he's trying to find a way to look more presentable. So he finds another dead body that's got a tie on. And he's like trying to rip the tie off. And he's slamming the dead guy into the coffin.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also I wrote ashes to ashes. And by that I mean cigarette ashes into the ashes of the billionaire he's trying to take the company over for.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
It's really fucked up and not funny at all. And it just makes you think that the lead character is a douchebag and not at all like you can't get behind him. I hated it. It wasn't funny. We've got more clips from the funeral home coming up. But for now, why don't we throw it to Rob's ad read?
Oh, yes, of course.
Rob can sell you anything from
Kinky sex
to
the midgets and the wimps.
In Rob's ad read.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Carrot Top's Creatine Explosion Pre-Workout Supplement for fucking weirdos. Prop comedy wasn't enough for you, you stupid moronic day-walking fuck. You had to start clanging and banging too? Why, Carrot Top, you Kathy Griffin-looking ass silly weird man? Have you ever had that sleep paralysis dream where the dude with the hat is standing in your doorway because you owe him a blood debt? That's Carrot Top in a fedora and a trench coat, looking swollen, glistening in the moonlight. He wants your help breaking into a vault full of rubies, but he wants you to do it with one of his inventions, an armed vehicle made out of hot dog meat called the Frank Tank. Anyhow, it's basically just Bang energy drink and protein powder.
The Frank Tank.
The Frank Tank.
I fucking love that. Do you find condoms full of ground up hamburger meat in the Frank Tank?
The Frank Tank.
Yes.
On the dash?
That's actually, that narrative was told from the perspective of a multiverse Carrot Top.
Okay, I love it. The Hat Man version.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I think they're coming out with a Funko Pop next month for that.
Yes.
Cool. Nice.
All right, let's throw it to test number 4, the worst dialogue.
Where the hell did that snake come from?
Would you believe up through the toilet?
Just when you thought it was safe to take a pee.
That's really bad dialogue.
All right, let's go with number 5. These are all just so unbelievably bad. This is Glow Gunk.
That's what you said about the anatomically correct fanny pack.
Look at that, man. That's nasty.
Well, it's not as perfect for nude beaches.
Oh, and let's not forget the glow gunk for night surfing. Oh, yeah, that cost us about, what, 2 months' rent?
Oh, remember the night that we all dipped our, huh? And let's not forget the handy-dandy ketchup helper. Over 11 sold!
And your grandmother bought 10 of them.
Well, thought you guys liked them.
We love them. But the rest of the world doesn't. We got boxes of get-rich-quick schemes out in the garage collecting major dust.
No more Miss Sunshine for you 3. I want my money now!
I'll take care of Cujo. Miss Krivovich, look, we go back a long time, right? We had that warm personal relationship. Can I call you Mom?
Yeah.
We love you.
That rough crap doesn't work with me.
Okay, I'm gonna level with you, all right? We're kind of going through a negative cash flow situation, all right? Kind of a personal recession. But hey, how about this? A lifetime supply of these, my favorite invention. A Slurpee cup with a heater on it. Watch. This way, no brain freeze. Brilliant, huh?
If I don't have my money by the end of the month, I'll have your skanky, dingleberry-ridden asses tossed out of here. You got that? Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, long clip. I couldn't help it. I had to include that. I knew I was going to talk about it. There she is. It's awful. Dialogue there, just terrible. It had the fart joke. It had the glow gunk. It had the ketchup distributor or whatever that thing was, and the guy had a bowl of fries conveniently in his hand for. It just sets the tone for how terrible this movie is going to be. It's early. I think that was 10 minutes into the movie, something like that.
Yeah.
But it gets just worse and worse. And the next 3 are all conversations about inventions that Bob mentioned before earlier in the episode. So let's go to this one. It's number 4. This is TV dinner.
Ta-da! The device that's gonna rock the world!
A TV dinner? I hate to break the news, but Swanson beat you to the punch by 40 years.
Guys, it's not just a TV dinner. It's a real TV dinner.
So dumb.
Here, check it out. The hardest part was making a TV that could withstand going from the freezer to being heated.
This dinner is self-heating and uses microwave technology to cook the food and run the TV for 4 hours.
And here's the kicker. It only costs $2.19 more than a regular TV dinner.
Ingenious. And tasty, too. Get him a bib.
I say we go into immediate production.
Whoa, Edison, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but there are standard procedures to follow. We have product testing and focus groups, safety regulations. We can't just march right into production.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Are they trying to actually make it sound like a realistic situation? $2.19 more for a television that you would put in your freezer, that you would put in your microwave to run it for 4 hours. It's like it's a laptop basically, but instead of keys, you have peas,
mashed potatoes.
Yes,
it's fucking awful. It's fucking stupid. I fucking hate this fucking movie. Let's move on to number 3. The exhale. This is pork chops.
What's this? Glow gunk. Bug zapper hat. Edison's not the only one around here with bright ideas.
Wow. What do you call it?
The POS. portable outhouse slacks. Watch. It's for those long road trips when you can't find a place to stop. And it comes with a matching CSS.
What's that?
Car sickness shirt. Let me demonstrate.
Very impressive, Larry. No, the amount of vomit you're able to produce at the drop of a hat. Let me guess. Pork chops?
Last night. I have a slow metabolism.
Why is he always yelling? Why is he always yelling?
He is always yelling. And there are no snakes. There are no snakes on the plane. I don't understand why he's always yelling. Portable outhouse slacks. That is, so they just wanted it to be POS for piece of shit, right? Like that's the joke. So they had to find a way to like make the tubing that he's got in his pants. So you're gonna sit down on your drive and like pull levers so that the portable outhouse slacks can get rid of your piss and shit while you're driving.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then the matching CSS, though. I don't know what was that, the
car sickness satchel or
something like that.
Yeah.
And it like comes out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you're gonna wear that shirt and pants every time you go for a long
You know what's
drive.
funny? I don't know if you guys watched Shark Tank. Somebody actually tried pitching that for sick kids. It was like a bib for
I did see
car
that.
seats.
Dude got annihilated.
Yeah, because he poured like a can of cream corn down a funnel to demonstrate it.
Oh god.
And the corn just went fucking everywhere.
I think that the dude comes back and actually sells like something to the sharks and does like really well. But
yeah, he does.
With a second invention. I love Shark Tank. I don't know why.
It's a great show.
I'm sure it's like super scripted, but it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 2. Okay, you guys ready for another invention?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Here it is, the bullshirt.
Somebody get me a cheeseburger, quick.
Voila! My latest prototype.
A shirt?
I have a feeling it's not just a shirt.
Right you are, Natalie. It's a biothermal, electroneurosensitive mendacity meter.
Can someone translate for us?
It's a lie detector shirt, or as we'd like to say, the bullshirt. With Larry's ingenuity and, of course, my flair for fashion, it's guaranteed to be a surefire winner. Go ahead, gang. Ask Larry a few questions.
Larry, have you ever stolen office supplies from the company?
No.
Hard to believe, but he's telling the truth.
Do those reach out and touch someone commercials make you cry?
Question.
No. Well, they run some emotional ones during the holidays.
Why? Why?
Why
the farts?
Beetlejuice? Is he from Beetlejuice?
Okay, that's in my catch-all.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Name a movie. We'll just skip that in the catch-all when I get to it. Name a movie that the worst movie ever made has done that he is also in.
Oh God, the one with Aykroyd and Chase, the Nothing But Trouble, maybe?
Mm.
No.
No, that's a good guess. He would be fitting. Bob, you got one? You got a guess?
I know that guy, but I can't think of what it is.
Demolition Man.
Really?
He's the right hand man. He's the right hand man
you're right,
to the ultimate
right.
Not
Shoot,
Simon
you're right.
Phoenix, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's Otho in Beetlejuice, I think, but I don't remember. His name is oddly similar in Demolition Man. It's like Otto or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just has that very round name.
Otto is Beetlejuice.
Oh. Yeah, it's Otho, I thought.
Otho, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, in Demolition Man, it's something similar. It's like ridiculously close because he just has like a round aesthetic, so they gave him like a very round name. Like, yeah. Anyway, let's go to the number 1 most offensive, most worst dialogue thing that we have in this whole fucking movie. This is ridiculous. I hate it. Terrible acting, terrible dialogue, terribly offensive. This is number
1, Daddy.
You know what? Fuck it.
This is courting.
Edison. To master the game, you have to get zen about it. You have to feel the balls, caress them, instead of whacking them. And think of your racket as an extension of yourself. Another muscle. Strong, hard, forceful. A tool to penetrate your opponent's court. Now let's play.
Me likey tennis. You wore me out.
I hope you'll let me give you another lesson again soon.
Where do I sign up?
You're not a member?
Of course I'm a member. Huh? Why else would I dress like this? Me and my buddy Bradford.
Bradford!
My face is so fucking red this episode. I'm trying to hold it together. I fucking hate this goddamn movie. Okay, so that's So did he score with the tennis coach? Because he's like all like, "Oh, thank you for teaching me. I can't wait to have another session with you." And she's like, "Oh,
No,
you're
and
welcome."
the post
smoking
and,
the cigarette.
and the post coital cigarette. Yes, exactly.
Yes, the cigarette, right? So I got the impression, according to our Titscope math, that's two scores that he made on this.
Yes,
on this movie. But I feel like there's another situation where he's like banging it out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have I have
Carrot Top banging it out.
waxing his carrot.
Yes.
Okay, I have nothing else to say about that. You guys want to add to that, or we want to throw it straight to Bob for the worst production?
Let's throw it straight to Bob. I think we have a lot of ground to cover on the catch-all, and to be conscious of runtime, that 3-hour segment is going to go a little long.
All right, well, this is test number 5, the worst production.
All right, everybody, that was a great production. Let's
Good job, everybody.
ship it off to the distributor. Let's get this premiere ready, guys. We did it.
In a pig's ass.
He's saying a pig's ass?
Yeah.
The worst production.
My tagline for worst production is, "Who is the audience?"
Oh my God, I had that in my catch-all.
Yeah, we've had this issue before. So movies with this style of comedy are essentially aimed at kids or young teens.
Yeah.
But and here's my alliteration, the influx of inappropriate innuendo is enough to make you question who this is really for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, did college kids dig this humor in mid to late 90s? Okay, personal opinion. I went to college in the late 90s. No, this was not funny to me at all.
No, terrible, awful, not funny to anyone.
That's all I had to say.
Funny you should say that. There's a movie that I might pitch on the poll down the road. It's 1979 called The Villain, starring Kirk Douglas, and it was meant to be a live action Looney Tunes meets Blazing Saddles, but because of the star power and like the cameos they had in the movie, it was like clearly that like adults were meant to buy the tickets, but then it's like an hour and a half long like Wile E. Coyote movie, and they're like, "Who's this for?"
Wow, I haven't even heard of that.
No,
I might bring it up in future polls, but we'll talk about the next movies later in the episode.
Yes, we have some surprising news when it comes to the next couple weeks here. We do.
Yes, we do.
Don't worry, it's all for the good, and it's not going to affect our release dates or anything. We're not quitting. We're not actually quitting. We're joking about quitting after this movie because it's the worst that we've seen so far. But we champion
quitting.
We champion on, because though we hated this movie so much, we won't know that there's not worse out there if we don't watch it.
Yes.
Right. So for you,
correct.
For you, the listening audience, you're welcome. You're welcome. We're going to keep going. Okay, let's throw it to test number 6, the worst acting.
You should get in, Rowdy. The water is great.
Are you kidding? I've got better things to do with my body temperature.
Like act in a bad movie.
Okay, this one's Idea Book.
1.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
Hey guys, top of the morning.
Mister, I can buy everything in the known universe and still have enough left to pay the rent. Oh, and don't say we didn't try to warn you.
I know. Look, I'm sorry about bouncing the check and losing the beach house and all right?
Well,
All right.
since we don't have no housework to do, you want to wipe that bird crap off you and go get some breakfast or what?
And you guys still aren't tweaked?
You can make it up to us by figuring out a way to heat that lifeguard shack. And it's so cold in there last night, my nuts feel like snowballs.
I think my inventing days are over, guys. They've caused way too many problems already.
Hey, that was your idea book.
Yeah, I know.
What is that dude going for? Is he going for like Matthew? What's his name?
It's Matthew Lillard or like Seth Green
Matthew
with goggles
Lillard,
from Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes,
The same.
But it's extra raspy and unbelievable.
Miguel, it's worse, way worse.
We were hanging on those tubes, brother. Fuck you.
I hate everything about it. Let's go to number 2. This is Eternal Flame. This is, oh my God.
It is my fondest hope that Armand McMillan's memory will be forever kept alive by this eternal flame.
Hey! Sorry I'm late. It's okay, Eternal Flame! I got everything under control, it's okay! Oh my Lord! It's too much, I got it! Houston, I got a problem!
Okay, so if you watch that YouTube clip on our YouTube channel, which you can get to by going to our website, which is theworstmovieevermade.com, you will see Carrot Top charge into the funeral home, knock over some flowers that turn off the eternal flame that the funeral presider, I don't know what you call that guy yet. It's not there. It's just not coming to me.
It's the MC, the funeral MC.
Yeah, the like disc jockey of death.
It's really the deceased like belongings, though, right?
Yeah, but right, he knocks over the flowers into the eternal flame, turns the eternal flame off, like turns it back on like on high heat, and then like tries to put it out, and it sets off the sprinkler system. And just Carrot Top pretending like he doesn't know that there's flowers there reminds me of Battlefield Earth when John Travolta doesn't know there's a wall, a crap lousy ceiling.
Yeah.
He turns around and like puts his hands up before he runs into it. And he's there it is. No. Crap lousy ceiling. He obviously he just makes it obvious to the audience that he knows the flowers are there. It's bad acting. It's terrible. But the whole clip is just awful, not funny. And then you hear a clown whistle in the soundtrack, and that's when you know your movie is bullshit. If you've got a clown like if you've got that kind of thing going on in your soundtrack, your movie sucks.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, number 3. I feel like I do that a lot.
3.
I'm trying to like process how upset I am, and I just have to move on. This is Pet Rock. It's too much.
Oh, dude. That's gnarly. I shot through that tube.
Reminds me of the time I aced that tsunami off the coast of Guam when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Perfectly beautiful if you burn all this junk or donate it.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
It's the living room. Couldn't you just say?
What is going on?
You're being evicted, that's what, turd breath.
Evicted? Why?
Why? Because you scum-sucking, saltwater clogged, lard-ass, deadbeat, slackaholic freeloaders can't afford this place. You can't even afford clothes. Nice duck.
Cover yourself, man.
On 3. 3. Thank you.
You morons owe me 3 months back rent. Wait!
3 months? That's totally impossible. It's been Edison's turn to pay the rent.
Yeah. Tell me you did not spend the rent money on another one of your gadgets.
Guys, I'm sorry, but guys, look, I'm telling you, this is the surefire winner. It's the pet rock for the 90s.
The pet rock in the 90s. And right from there, as the throat joke lady walks out with the possible tenant.
Throat joke lady.
Whoops. I feel like I just turned that on myself.
That's in the write-up.
Awesome. Well, anyway, she storms out with the possible tenants, right? And then they go right into the spiel that we had before in Glow Gunk, where they did like the butt fanny pack joke and stuff.
Yeah,
They just storm out. It's almost like, in theater when the transition from scene to scene feels really awkward because the conversation ends and then the people storm off and they're about to switch sets or something like that, and it's just not there's not a smooth flow. That's what that scene feels like. It's almost like I forgot why they even I forgot that they were even there just 30 seconds ago, so I had to rewind and be like, wait, what happened? Like, why did they leave? I didn't understand it, but that's just bad movie for you.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the last clip of the night, and this is number
4 yard.
This is Contest.
I don't know how you get away with this stuff.
Simple. Hank, the security guard over there, is my bud. I revived his social life after he went bald. I call it chia hair.
Do you mean he actually gets dates looking like that?
Oh, yeah. When his head's in season, women go nuts.
No.
Hey, Edison. Who's your friend?
This is Natalie.
Hi.
Hi, Natalie. You enjoying the view of the Great Plains?
Yes, thank you.
How's the hair working out for you?
Does that answer your question?
Oh, God.
Miss.
Right?
My God, you're the man.
I'm slowing down.
No. Oh, please don't worry about it. I had 3 brothers. We'd have burping contests for hours.
You had burping contest.
Yes.
Get out.
Please, no more.
Yes.
I want to see this.
No.
We're dressed like the village people. Come on, you can't be embarrassed. Come on. I dare you. I double dare you. Come on.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this. Now, I might be a little rusty.
It's okay. Wow. Want something to drink?
Hello, Edison. How are you? Check it out. I got a big you are. UVWXYZ.
Oh my God! I hope that wasn't a mating call. We're gonna have a stampede.
Okay, I'm no longer interested in this female. If I'm Carrot Top. I heard about a situation in high school where this attractive female just let out and okay, so this has nothing to do with the fact that she was female, but this attractive female just let one rip in the middle of class and then just started laughing about it. For me, I'm out. If I was a gay male and my interest just let one rip, just laughing about it, I'm out. It's just not the kind of humor that I enjoy. Oh, thank you for stinking up the room. If you gotta pass some gas, go in the bathroom and fart your brains out. I don't care, but don't Dutch oven me. Basically.
Yeah.
I'm just not. It's not really funny.
Sometimes there is a structural breach in the acceptable thing to say faces. Sorry, it slipped.
Yeah. We've all
it
been
happens
there.
To everybody.
We've all been
sorry,
there.
It slipped.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried my best. Couldn't keep my guard up.
Couldn't hold it. Yeah.
The front line broke. I tried my best.
Yep.
All right. There you have it. There's all the clips of this god awful piece of shit movie. Let's throw it to fact or no fact.
Yes.
Confucius say, man with deadly hands must be very careful while slapping on aftershave.
Fact or no fact?
Okay. This'll be
So,
great.
I hadn't looked at the Norm Macdonald interview in quite some time, and I called this one Chairman of the Board, BORED, and then
Nice.
I rewatched the interview, and I'm like, damn it, I stole McDonald's joke. So anyway,
I did the same in my pitch.
If it makes you feel better,
I
I actually thought the title was Chairman of the Board, BORED. So then I saw the
okay.
Should have been.
So the game is I'm going to read 5 things, and 4 of them are real, and 1 of them is a lie, and you guys got to find the lie. And traditionally, it's like a 50-50 shot. Here we go.
Yeah.
First one. Carrot Top was signed to a 3-picture deal with Trimark Pictures, with this film obviously being the first and only of that deal. Okay, second. The kissing scene between Edison and Natalie was added to the script at the request of Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Okay, third one. The film was conceived by the writing partners on Sunset Boulevard, looked up and saw a billboard that said Chairman of the, and had a surfboard. That was the inception of this movie. Fourth one. During the museum scene, Edison calls Natalie Courtney, which is her real name, and they didn't even bother to reshoot it or fix it in post.
Wow.
And lastly, Carrot Top's tendency to improvise and go off script resulted in longer than planned shooting schedules, causing frustration among the cast and crew.
Huh. Okay. I believe, because, all right, they wouldn't have greenlit a Carrot Top starring movie if he wasn't like moving units or pulling figures. I don't know how successful he was in stand-up, but I know he was quite popular.
He was for a while.
I could see him getting the deal, and then I know the budgets to this movie, which I'll bring up in the catch-all. I could see why they just broke the what.
Wasn't his comedy based on props?
He's a prop comic, yeah.
Is he like the only modern prop comic though? Like I know about Jeff Dunham, but he's like puppets.
Gallagher,
yeah, but is that modern? I don't even know.
He's the only modern famous prop comic. There's tons of prop comics out there.
Yeah, but he does go into the whole like Mitch Hedberg / Stephen Wright. Like it's all non sequiturs based.
He's just not good at it. He just also has props.
Yes,
because prop comedy's not funny.
No, it's not. Except for in Family Guy when Carrot Top played himself and he had a hacksaw with glasses on it and it was a seesaw and Peter fucking loses it. It's a great clip.
Okay.
So I could see he was like in his sphere he was relatively successful. He got the picture deal and then this flopped famously. So I could see that being true.
Yeah.
The kissing scene, I could also see him writing it in just the way Tarantino did with the foot stuff. I could see this film being conceived by some aspiring writer seeing a surfboard on a sign. I could see him slipping and calling Natalie Courtney, which is her real name. And I can also, I think 5 might be the lie. His tendency to improvise resulted in longer than planned shooting schedules. Because if you know anything about prop comedy, which like we all vaguely do after watching this, I would say like it's setup, punchline. It doesn't work outside of the construct of the setup and the punchline. So I would venture to say that he wasn't improvising. I think he was true to form and just like showed up and executed what was written. Maybe he helped punch the script up, but I don't think he improvised. I don't think he's an improv guy. I think he's a pen and paper comedian, for a lack of a better term. I think everything's pretty much planned out for him, especially with his act, if you've ever seen his act. So I'm going to say number 5 is The Lie.
Okay. Where am I going with this one? They didn't bother to cut it out in the museum thing that happened there, Bob?
Correct.
Okay. According to you.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't remember him calling her Courtney.
And if he did, I wasn't invested enough in the movie to like notice.
Yeah, that's true. I really hated it. like every second of it. So I was trying to pay attention as hard as I could, but I was so out that I might have missed it.
Yeah.
Did he add the kiss? I can see that. That's funny though. I bet that Bob added that. 3-picture Trimark deal, first and only, I believe. So I'm looking for one lie, right, Bob?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea whether Carrot Top stars in any other movies around this time. There are so many movies that we don't know about that people are pouring in on emails every week to tell us about.
Yes.
That we need to see. Let's see. Film writing partners saw Surfboard. I believe that one. And Robbie took number 5, so I won't take that one. So I'm gonna say not. I believe that he added the kiss because he felt like he had the sway. I feel like he could have. I'm gonna go with Carrot Top had a 3-picture deal, and this was his first and only. I bet there's other shitty movies that he did.
Okay, so I had to look this one up because I didn't believe it at first. But yes, he does call her Courtney during the museum scene. And her name is Courtney, but her character's name is Natalie. So that was a fact.
Right. Wow. Okay.
And you were both right. The billboard thing was real. They saw the billboard.
That one I
He's
knew
the
was
chairman
gonna
of
be
the
real,
board, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll do that." The kissing scene was his idea, and
Ooh, Rob, one of us got it.
And Carrot Top was signed to a 3-picture deal, but the first one flopped, so they didn't make the other 2. So Rob won.
Got it.
He was
got
right.
it.
I made that one up completely.
I am a
because
student
Rob
of-
saw right through me.
I'm a student of comedy. I just know, like, he doesn't have the mental ability to improvise. He goes on stage with a bunch of hangers, one's cut in half, and he goes, "This is for a guy with one arm. This is for a guy that's a hunchback." And then, like, that's his bit. That's his entire act. It's like, here's 10 different wire hangers that are, like, taped together, and here's a different punchline for each hanger. He cannot improvise. I believe that and know that now to be true.
Now you know. Nice, Rob. So all of us got to win this episode. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's throw it to the catch-all before Bob calls me out.
All of us? What?
If brains were birch, you'd have a clean case.
Yeah! Welcome to the catch-all.
That
Right.
pig squeal reminds me of Cartman as yeah, when they're trying to he greases himself up so they can't catch him.
Yeah, with the vaccine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Baby womb laboratory setup.
Yes. That would have come out with the afterbirth.
Yeah. How do you get vials in there? Was the mom just shoving them up there for him per his request, like telepathically?
Yeah.
Was he sending messages up the umbilical cord? Like, I need some lab equipment. How the fuck did he get all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote nobody's laughing at the womb gag.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go to my next one and say, and this is jumping ahead a bit. When he was looking for jobs, he was driving and he was crossing out things in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was crossing out rental properties, not jobs.
I didn't even give him the right page of the fucking newspaper. Okay.
I rewatched it for that purpose only.
That's perfect. Bro.
So, going back to the throat joke lady. You guys have seen Christmas Vacation, right? National Lampoon's
Of
Christmas
course.
Vacation.
100 times.
Chevy Chase has a epic rant where he calls his boss a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, whore-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of money shit. And the reason that joke was so funny is because it came out of the blue and they did it once.
Mm-hmm.
And
This
then he
is
says,
so weird for me.
And then he says, "Hallelujah, holy shit, where's the Tylenol?" And it's great because like that's rage that had been building up until the third act of the movie, and he finally explodes, and he has that meltdown with the eggnog, and like they stole that mechanism from. I am 100% certain without looking it up. I know they took it from that, and like they overutilized it to the point of A, it wasn't funny in the first place, and B, it just stopped. It became less funny with each pass.
Oh, right.
No, couldn't agree more. Rob, it's so weird that you said that. It is so fucking weird that you said that. You will see why. Are we in the third act of our podcast, would you say? Am I completely fed up? Am I drinking to get over what ails me when it comes to this movie? You'll see later in the catch-all. Hang around for a possible Christmas Vacation style joke because I might be making one very soon because of the exact thing you just described. Only I won't do it repeatedly and overuse it. And it's not going to happen. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Actually, it's on me again, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. They did we saw this also in Nothing But Trouble, but they did the hit the wall so hard joke that the baby like cut a hole in the wall, the size and shape of the baby.
The Looney Tunes shit,
Oh my god, I fucking hate that joke. I don't know who laughs at that. Like someone who's 90 while watching that movie might have laughed.
Yeah.
Or 3.
Yeah.
Or 3, yeah. 90 or 3.
Okay, jumping ahead once again. The funeral video, like the Last Will and Testament video, was apparently recorded like really recently because he just met him surfing.
Yeah, you're right. It would have had to have been the day. Yeah, oh man, how did I not even think of that? And then they add the graphics of him like flying off on the bed. Like,
oh, that was crazy.
Yeah,
insane, totally insane.
Speaking of the funeral scene, and an add-on to that as well, there are 2 jokes that are exactly the same joke that were in Basketball, which is a far superior movie, according to everybody but Bob. So the funeral, when Reamer comes into the Denslow's funeral late and he breaks a flower display, and then they have the will reading on the videotape that embarrasses Coop.
I thought about baseball in that scene too.
When Carrot Top's like, "Sorry for losing the beach house," and that's like almost exactly the same as when Squeak was like, where they're like, "Squeak, I can't believe they fired you for not shutting off our gas for 16 weeks," and he's like, "I think it was losing the truck that upset them the most." So they both came out the same year. This movie actually came out before Basketball, but I guarantee it's probably just parallel thought. They probably had the same production schedule and weren't like intertwined. But I couldn't help but notice the parallels.
The joke that I make the most in reference to that movie is, "You guys make fun of me 13 or 14 more times and I'm out of here." I fucking love that joke when Squeak said it.
Yeah.
It's so like, obviously he's never going to leave.
Yeah.
All right, it's on me again. I'm going to say the guy from Nothing But Trouble, Bob, that you referenced as someone who does appear in 90s movies a lot, was the like gadgets. Carrot Top is trying to sell his gadgets to a company in the beginning, and the boss of that company is like a ponytailed guy who plays like a Brazilian billionaire, in Nothing But Trouble.
He was in Biodome too. Yeah,
that was Taylor Negron, right?
I don't know his name.
I think it was him. He was in Biodome too. He hurt his bladder rollerblading.
He's not a good actor, and he's rough to look at.
Something.
He's like rough to look at. Like I wouldn't want to be in the same room. Like I just wouldn't want to be in the same room as that person because I feel like they're gonna like start like listening to like 80s glam metal and like howling at the moon or something when I'm around them, and I just like don't want to get involved in that. So anyway, that guy.
Yes,
that's a good one. So this one's gonna ruin a lot of yours because it's a catch-all.
Okay.
Too much ridiculous nonsense to enumerate.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There was just too much fucking crazy, weird, silly shit that just did not need to exist.
Including like throwaway lines. That
so
like were snuck in, but like if you heard them, you didn't laugh because you hear it and it's supposed to be like disguised humor that like if you're in the know, like you heard it. If you're like a movie watcher, if you're into like good scripts and stuff, you're supposed to catch in on it. But like it's just awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rob,
do you guys want to take a guess at how much this movie made and how much it earned?
Sure. So how much did it cost and how much did it earn?
Yeah. How much it cost and how much it earned.
Okay, I'm gonna say it cost.
No idea.
I'm gonna say it cost like $9 million to make, and it made 250,000.
You're within the right orders of magnitude. You're actually not
Okay.
off. Bob,
Okay.
Any thoughts?
Honestly,
Bob?
I was gonna say around 10 million to make, and about 1 million earned.
So it cost $7 million to produce. That's the reported budget, and it earned $306,715.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
That was pretty nice guess, Chris. That's another Chris win. That's another Chris win.
Yes, that's a Chris
another
win.
mini game. Yeah, Chris win.
That's the only Chris win. Just so you know.
That's the second Chris win.
No,
so Rob, was that your catch-all, or Rob, was that your
Yeah,
catch-all, or the second Chris
that was
win,
for this? Yeah, for this round robin. That was my.
Okay. Releasing killer bees in a meeting seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
He's got the zapper hat, but this is another. I only wanted to mention it because like obviously it's like it's self-parodying moment where like he's oblivious and like just a crazy idiot.
Yeah.
But it makes him an asshole again, and you're supposed to like this guy. So it's another situation where you're actually not going to root for the main character, even though they want you to, because he released killer bees on the marketing exec at gadgets.com or whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd mention that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though that fit in my too much ridiculous nonsense to enumerate,
it did.
I will add that one unfounded and non-researched claim of nuclear exposure would not ruin a company even in the 90s.
Agreed.
True. Yeah.
Just
Agreed.
one claim saying, yeah, that gave me nuclear exposure. And it was like
you'd have to have
unfounded and unresearched. And he's like, yeah, that's completely.
You'd have to have multiple cases. Because that person could be
like,
exposed to something that isn't the microwave dinner.
Because there'd be a bunch of people that like have it and love that product, and they're just like, yeah, it didn't happen to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. Although it probably would if you're microwaving a television and then eating from it.
True. Circling back to the landlord, she's like yelling at them, justifiably so, for not paying rent for 90 days.
Yeah.
But like the joke where she says, "You guys can't even afford clothes." It's like he was naked in the shower. And that's your fucking smoking gun. He's not wearing clothes in the moment because you barged in on him while showering. That means you can't afford clothes.
Right. Yeah.
That pissed me off. Like I had to pause and then jerk off and then come back with post-nut clarity to continue this movie, which is saying
I totally
a lot.
understand.
This happened 5 minutes in.
Cleaning your carrot.
Yes.
So when Carrot Top, I keep calling him that, but his name is Edison. When Edison meets Armin, the billionaire or millionaire or whatever, he says to him when he discovers the car trouble, he's like, "Can I drive you to a phone?" And that to me just sounded crazy. Now, "Can I drive you to a phone?" is so dated and weird that it just stuck out to me. Not because I'm a youngin', I'm 35. I'm halfway through life probably with the way I treat myself. So it just sounded super crazy. That's
even in the 90s, like my dad traveled a lot. Like he'd put 100,000 miles on a car like in 2 years just for commuting.
Yeah.
He was like, we weren't like a wealthy family, but like, he had a car phone even then before cell phone.
Yeah.
He had a wired car phone in his fucking like Dodge.
Yeah, right.
So like this guy who's exceedingly wealthy who owns like this conglomerate, like I find it far-fetched that he doesn't have a car phone or something.
Agreed.
Pager.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I grew up in that era, and I would disagree but only in a nice way. Okay.
All right.
My next catch-all is that the black friend had very fake dreadlocks.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
They looked like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I think he was the best actor in the movie. The guy who played
He might have
Bradford is good too,
Yeah.
but
I agree. Well, yeah, Larry Miller is a great stand-up comic.
I've never
That's the guy
heard
who
his
played
stand-up.
The guy who played Bradford, Larry Miller. Look him up. He's a good stand-up comic.
Every time I see him, he's in 10 Things I Hate About You as the dad, and he's in The Nutty Professor as the piece of shit, director of what do you call that? The director of operations at the university.
Yeah.
Like the principal of the university, and
Like the
he's
dean,
he's
yeah.
the dean. Thank you, the dean. He's always
He's a
dick,
solid
you know?
stand-up. Yes.
Yeah. He's pretty good, and I thought the dude with dreadlocks was also pretty good actually acting, but otherwise everybody else sucked.
But the dreads were so fake though.
Yeah,
so fake.
they looked CGI, but they weren't. They were like clay. They were clay.
Clay dreads.
Clay dreads.
Hot out the kiln, they just plop it right on his head before they film. Use it, just use it. I know you guys probably have this, but I want to Rob win. So, the bull shirt, something that probably has a considerable amount of wiring, a giant indicating light in the breast pocket.
Yeah.
How did he not know he was wearing it in the final scene when he like blew his cover that he was trying to sabotage the company? He just happened to his closet, picked up the bull shirt and put it on under his like suit jacket.
That's the whole problem with the bull shirt is that no one would wear it voluntarily.
Right.
And they're going to know it's the bull shirt because of all the like wiring.
It's a 40-pound shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Right. There are so many people in the room at the funeral, like or not the funeral. Although it happens at the same time, which I don't think it
service,
would.
Yeah,
it's the will reading, right?
Yeah,
they're reading the will or playing the video so that everyone knows who is inheriting what. And there's the maid and the butler, and then Bradford and Edison, and then like 7 other people. But the other 7 people don't inherit anything.
Yeah,
and they're all there.
Right?
What for?
Yeah.
What? Who told them to be there? They would have reviewed the will and testament, right? So they would have known. Like they're just like, hey, maybe come in and like get your hopes up, and then leave with your hopes dashed against the rocks. It's just not a realistic situation.
They were waiting for their
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was saying unless there was more after we saw.
Yeah, they were waiting for their commemorative
flies
decorative
away.
play. Their commemorative decorative play of the Pope at Dodger Stadium with a seal of authenticity sign in the mold.
Yeah, he flies away though. Like there might have been something in the
You're right.
will. Yeah.
You're right. He does fly away. You're right.
Yeah.
I only have one more thing on catch-all.
I have
that's
many.
0 hour trope.
I have it too. I'll cross mine out. Rob?
Okay, this is my last one too. But if it were any other movie with any other script, with any other actors, with any other director, with any other producer, it had pretty good pacing.
Yeah, fair enough. Giving the movie too much credit. Bingo card.
Way too much.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Unlike something we're going to talk about in a little bit, it had a good runtime. It wasn't 2 hours and 50 minutes. You know,
right?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since you guys are out, I'll just lightning round through the rest of mine. Old guy from Christmas with the Cranks and Raising Arizona. Old guy from Dennis the Menace. I don't know what else he's in, but same old guy. And then old guys can't play Twisters. Or Twister, the board game, which they play together. Old guys aren't playing that. Rob, here it is. The most rudimentary base level, low effort, unsophisticated, patternless, penny plain, homespun, bare bones, no frills, basic bullshit comedy I've ever seen, and I've seen Son of the Mask. There's my Christmas vacation joke. Thanks for undercutting me so heavily.
Do you think they only got Carrot Top for this because they couldn't get Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah, probably. He's covered in soap.
Actually, Trimark Pictures signed him because they said he was going to be the next Jim Carrey. And
Jesus.
I guess Jim Carrey was already signed to Touchstone, or I don't know what he was signed to. But he was signed to something with the Ace Ventura Cable Guy shit. And they said, we need Carrot Top to be our next Ace Ventura. And he fucking didn't do it.
I wonder if
didn't.
If there's a way to look up the economics of like how much was he making on the club circuit? Because like this movie got greenlit because he was perceivably a cash cow.
Yeah, he was a popular comedian.
Yeah.
He was a popular comedian. So they went with it. They thought his aesthetic was different and interesting, and that maybe there was lightning in the jar there, but like what there was just a fart in a jar. And they let it go with a like butt fanny pack, and nobody liked it.
Yeah.
Well, Larry Miller, the guy that played the Bradford, he actually had to give Carrot Top advice on how to be funny and subtle on sets because Carrot Top only knew how to be over the top.
And he gets all the instructions, and it's just like a 5-hour montage, and it shoots over his shoulder to the notepad, and he's like, "Yell louder." That's the only thing he writes.
That's what he retained. Covered in soap, covered in goop, covered in sticky notes. Covered in is not funny.
Yeah, covered is not funny.
Yeah. Miss Krusty Bitch, was that the landlord's name? Miss Krusty Bitch.
One of the roommates called her that. Yes.
Yeah, but I thought that it was actually anyway. Bradford's plan is to bring, and Bob, you said this already, but Bradford's plan is to bring down the company's value all the way down and then sell it. That's the evil plan. Like dilute the value of the company so much so that like Carrot Top loses his job and then sell it to someone. Raquel Welch, by the way, who's still looking good at like 55 years old or whatever. In this
honestly,
movie.
Yeah.
Luau Wednesdays.
Yep.
How did that increase the stock price? Because he comes up with that idea, and then the stock price goes up like crazy.
I think that what they were trying to show was if you increase morale, then people are more productive.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chia hair, outrageous.
Yes.
The TV dinner would be toxic, and no one would want it anyway.
Yeah,
you would think.
Why does his check bounce? And why can't his friends pay rent? I don't care about anyone or anything in this movie.
Yeah.
It's obviously glow gunk that the guy is wearing.
Yes.
I wrote 0 hour trope. He gets the girl in the end. He gets to the girl in the end.
He's rapid firing these.
I'm so mad. He gets. You don't know how mad I am. He gets the girl in the end. Fart. Old lady CPR joke. Fart. Emergency breakdown skateboard. Or surfboard. Fart.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Rab's Magic Marvel Corner.
One more thing. It's Miss Krubovich, but they call her Krusty Bitch. But she was played by Estelle Harris, who played George Costanza's mother in Seinfeld. Which is
I knew she was one of those. Yeah.
I had to look it up now that we're out of fact or no fact territory. I had to look it up. All right, so Marvel Magic Corner, with a butt.
Yeah.
This is Rob's Magic Marvel Movie Corner.
Okay. This is Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I didn't watch because it's 2 hours and 50 minutes. I will field questions. But first, because I didn't watch it, like I wanted to, I had a crazy week, kids sick and all that stuff. I didn't have 3 hours to fucking blow on a movie. So I went to Rotten Tomatoes. I got the 5 highest ranked reviews. I got the 5 lowest ranked reviews. So 5 certified fresh, 5 certified rotten. I plugged it into ChatGPT. I said, use these reviews and make an objective review as if you watch the movie and you're telling somebody about it, but make it really sexy. So I'm going to read this to you guys right now. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever is a cinematic rendezvous that sets the screen ablaze with its tantalizing blend of heartwarming tributes and Marvel's feverish madness. Picture it as a passionate tango where every step is an alluring dance of epic battles intertwined with intricate threads of Marvel lore. Critics may suggest it can't quite reach the dizzying heights of its predecessor, but the sequel offers a different, more intoxicating kind of allure.
Ooh.
As you surrender to the film's embrace, you'll find yourself enveloped with an electric atmosphere akin to the sparks flying in the heart of Wakanda. The storyline unfolds like a clandestine affair, with each twist and turn serving as a secret rendezvous beckoning you to explore its hidden depths. While some may argue it doesn't match the original's intensity, this captivating sequel delves deep into the profound themes, much like lovers exploring the depths of their desires. It's a whisper in the dark, an intimate connection, as it lays bare the emotions, struggles, and triumphs of its characters. These moments of raw vulnerability are akin to the soft caress of satin sheets, inviting you to get lost in their warmth. The Black Panther's legacy and the Marvel Cinematic Universe's intricate mechanics become the objects of desire in the cinematic escapade. Every nuance, every detail is an exploration of sensuality, much like tracing a lover's curves in the moonlight. It's a journey that demands your undivided attention as you navigate the captivating labyrinth of storytelling and symbolism. In the end, Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, is a beguiling lover, one that leaves you with a smoldering desire for more. It may not be a perfect match to its predecessor, but its unique brand of enchantment is sure to ignite a passionate fire within your cinematic soul, leaving you craving the next mesmerizing chapter of this electrifying dalliance.
That I'm turned on. Yeah, I'm totally turned on. My dick is made of vibranium.
Of granite. Right, so I mean, I could take questions, but I'm so close to the end. I want to see it through. I had a really bad week, like logistically speaking. I couldn't watch it. I don't have 3 fucking hours. I might circle back for Guardians of the Galaxy and whatever the fuck. But I think this bit has ran its course. My patience has dwindled to the point where like a jilted lover waiting for like their hubby to come home from work and like the candle burns all the way down. Like, well, it was dinner. Like that's where I'm at mentally when it comes to.
I feel like when we come back, like if we do this segment again, we'll come back and Rob's gonna have a bedraggled beard.
But yeah, I mean, I will take questions, Marvel related or otherwise.
Done.
But
all right. Well,
honestly,
go ahead, Bob.
I think I'm done with this bit. I think
I'll start with
reconsider, but I think I'm done.
I got my first question from the source, from Chad Smith.
Okay.
He said, "Did you know where the name Namor came from?"
It sounds like
no more Marvel movies.
It sounds like a pun on like Sodom and Gomorrah. Like Sodom named after sodomy and Gomorrah is like an even weirder move.
You're close. So Namor, they made it sound like it was the opposite of love, Namor. But it was actually Namor, which was the backwards of the word Roman. It came from Roman words, which was the very first Marvel character ever. And they slotted it into this movie.
I'm so tired of the fucking Easter eggs. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, seriously. It's
That's awesome. Chris,
okay, you have to answer this, honestly. Sure. How touching was Chadwick Boseman's death in this movie? Was it tasteful?
It was an alluring rendezvous of intricate silk in a lover's embrace.
God damn. R.I.P. Chadwick. I'm sorry. I thought Rob was gonna watch this.
I tried. I had it queued up and everything, but I saw the runtime and I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay, go ahead. Bob.
Okay. Speaking of death. Speaking of death, Dorothy Steele's last role before her death at 95 years old, at 2021, before this movie even came out. Can you guess? She played one of the elders in the movie.
Yeah.
Can you guess what age she started acting? She died at 95 when this movie came out.
Like, I don't know, a lot of those old timers, they started acting when they were like 15, 16 at whatever academy or whatever. So like, I don't know, like late teens, mid-teens.
88.
Holy shit. Wow. Started acting at 88. What shit? Like somebody just like pulled her off the street. Like you look like the perfect old lady.
I don't know. I found this and I'm like, this has to go in. So there it is.
This sounds like somebody that like
crazy.
They were like in their twilight years. They were in retirement. They're like, well, all my friends are dead. I want to do something. I'll just go to audition for fun. And then like they fucking kill it. It turns out it was innate talent they had their whole life.
I think that's it. I think that's it exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you upset about the widespread availability of vibranium?
Yes. Yes, because the widespread availability of vibranium makes a 3-hour movie full of Easter eggs that the casual Marvel viewer does not understand or care about. And it's basically just Black Iron Man. Can I say that? They have mech suits.
No.
I mean, I like the first Black Panther, but like 3 hours, I can't get past the runtime, dude. I fucking can't get past the runtime.
Yeah, that's a long movie.
Yeah, it's not Oppenheimer. It's fucking a bunch of people in spandex like throwing magnets. Like I can't.
Right.
All right, this one's good, man. This is so fucking good. The Black Panther comic book,
yes,
came out in 1966. What other related thing happened in 1966?
Bless you.
Let me rephrase that. Semi-related thing.
I was gonna say JFK, but that was like 63 or 64. I mean, like civil rights that happened around that time. Vietnam.
The Black Panther political party was founded.
Oh wow!
The same fucking year, 1966.
So it's kind of like
no
shit. So like the metal band ISIS had to like change all their stationery after the terrorist group like became like that happened to the band ISIS. Like they're just like a doom band, and like they had to stop calling themselves that, or like they're like shit. We had that name first, and now they have it, and we can't. Yeah.
Yeah, they win. I think.
Yeah.
I have to piss now. You guys have put me over the edge. I'll be right back.
Okay, fair enough. Rob, here's a hard hitting question.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that you're gonna have to answer this one, but
yeah.
My number 3 is, if yes and no are opposites, how can something be quite yes?
Well, it could be very yes. Like, have you read 1984? Like, do you have like good, double plus bad? Like, they pared down the English language, made it simplistic, and you qualified the word with a superlative or like an inferior version of it. So, like, if something's double plus good, it's like twice.
That's a quite yes.
Good as, it's a quite yes. Yes, exactly. So basically,
it's like when you say something, when you text something to someone and it's positive, but you don't know how they're going to construe what you've said, you add a smiley face emoji so they know you meant it positively.
Exactly. Or if you say something extremely condescending to a colleague, you end it with LOL so they know you're just playing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes, of course. When you're really not just playing at all, are you?
Yeah. You just wanted to get it off your chest.
Yeah. Hey, cool. Thank you for answering that. Sure. All right, let's throw it to the bumper for bad credit names, and let's just play that bumper over and over again until Bob comes back.
Sounds good. Number 1.
Hey, Colleen. Got a great ass.
So do you, Pilgrim. So do you, Pilgrim. So do you, Pilgrim.
Bad credit names.
2.
Hey, Colleen. Got a great ass.
So do you, Pilgrim. So do you, Pilgrim. So do you, Pilgrim.
Bad credit names.
Okay.
Ooh. Look at that.
Okay, so 2. We're done with 2. All right.
Not bad. Hey, Bob's back. All right, here's your bad credit names. Herb, and I know it's pronounced herb, but Herb Hickey.
Nice.
Mary Dixie Kirkpatrick.
Nice.
Big name.
Will Lee. Not Willie. Will Lee.
No, it's Willie. It's Willie.
Yeah, it's definitely Willie.
Yeah.
Willie Lee.
Yeah.
Carrot Top. Sorry, just had to say it.
What is his real name?
It's like Scott Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Scott Thompson, yeah.
The last one I have, and this is his name, it's not his nickname, Johnny Cocktails.
Okay.
Johnny Cocktails. Okay, let's throw it to the offensive minigame.
Sure.
I care for you a great deal. Trust me, Charlotte.
You practically raped me last night.
That was last night, Charlotte. This is today.
Is something you might hear about in the offensive minigame.
All right.
Imagine if every criminal can just get away with that explanation. Yes, I
yesterday.
robbed the bank, but that was yesterday. This is today.
You ever seen that meme where it's like a lawyer like talking to the judge, like, Your Honor, in my client's defense, he was in goblin mode at the time.
No, I didn't see that. That's awesome, though. All right, here you go. This is one missed call and chairman of the board.
The new champion, yes.
Yes, for sure. Pond punishing pussies.
Okay.
Or carrot top cleaning carrot.
Cleaning carrot.
Yeah, cleaning carrot. Fuck him.
Yeah, we're not being objective on this one. I think we're just going to tank this movie. Continue.
Okay. Hung husband, high and drying daughter. That is a one missed call reference.
Okay.
Hung husband, high and drying daughter who was abused and he hung himself. Yes. Or foolish flatulence.
I think one missed call might actually win this one.
Yes.
One missed call.
As lowbrow as the fart jokes are, like your daughter had a problem that you could have solved as her guardian, and then you just killed yourself instead because it was easier.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem with this one.
This is crazy how I think of Rob. Is I'm thinking Rob's just gonna go full on with a Carrot Top movie, and he's like, no, I can't even do that. I have to go with this one first.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah,
you must. All right, bonus round: asking an audience to observe an adolescent expire via asthma attack, or articulating the inanimate.
Oh, when he pulled the tie off the.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the corpse defilement.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
All right.
Because it's a horror movie. You're supposed to have on-screen deaths, and like in an ideal world, like that death in a better movie would have been like the catalyst for like whatever good thing that may have happened in that movie. Not good thing, but like good cinematography is what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. Let's compare the movies.
Sure.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
But you can compare the movies.
Okay. One missed call and chairman of the board. Negative 59.6, which we thought was basically unbeatable from one missed call, but we have a negative 62.4 and worse from chairman of the board. Good luck beating that. Pitch, a team, 5-star for one missed call. Well, let's call it a wash. Bob hit a 5. 5-star either way.
Yeah.
We'll come back and one missed call will win that test if we need it for a tiebreaker, I guess, because then we're all involved. But offensive, chairman of the board actually won this one. Dialogue, we wrote flaccid for one missed call. Do we think that the chairman of the board? I think the dialogue's worse than chairman of the board, personally.
Yes, there's so much bad dialogue.
It's quite the opposite because it's just yelling.
Quite yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Missing first act or clunky exposition for one missed call, or who's the audience for chairman of the board?
Chairman of the board, because at least one missed call is like it's for a horror audience. It's like a teen horror movie. It just was not executed well. Whereas chairman of the board, like we all simultaneously asked ourselves at one point, like, who is this for?
Yeah,
who is this for? Right, exactly. I agree.
Acting, I'm gonna go chairman of the board again.
Oh yeah, too many bad actors. Yeah.
Demerits. Chad can tell how bad this is for one missed call. If you guys want to, we have to throw in one for chairman of the board because it's going to win. So
Carrot top.
Done.
I mean, there could be other demerits, but that's mine.
No, that's great.
Carrot top.
Okay.
Bob Freeze.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to discount Bob's opinion on this particular demerits section. And I'm going to agree that Carrot Top is the demerit, and we're going to give it to chairman of the board. So a 6-0 sweeping victory for chairman of the board, and the worst of the season so far through, I don't know, is this like episode 9 of the new season? Episode 6 of season 51?
49 or something, yeah.
Yeah.
But across, if we didn't break this show up into seasons, this might actually be the worst movie we watched to date.
Seriously, it's way up there with like Gigli and Gotti and Cat in the Hat and Cats.
I would watch Battlefield Earth again. Like in a heartbeat.
I would too.
Yeah.
No problem. So worst of the season so far, chairman of the board. Next week we are doing Escape from LA.
from LA with the one and only Kurt Russell.
Yes, we are. This is after Escape from New York, which was phenomenal. At least in my estimation. Escape from LA is quite a plunge from that. We're going to have to hope that Bob rejoins us for his last word. If not, I'll fill in the gap. Rob, why don't you plug us? Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. We really appreciate. We've been getting emails, so we're excited about that. Thank you so much for emailing us. Make fun of us more. We should read the email on live on.
I'll read it right now.
Show,
let's do it. If you go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com, you can find all of our streaming, all of our social media, all of our our video content, our audio content, etc. You can also email us, like our friend Nobi, who said, let's see, you guys love these. And the subject line was Kurt Russell, and then he just named a bunch of movies: The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, The Strongest Man in the World, the World's Greatest Athlete, Tango and Cash, Escape from LA, Super Dad, Death Race 2000, You All Suck. Thanks. So you can also get a piece of the pie. And just
and guess what?
Evermade.com.
Guess what? You suck. We don't suck. You suck. But thank you so much for making fun of us. We appreciate that. You don't suck. We appreciate the email. You're the man. We're actually going to do Escape from LA, but you suck. All right, Rob, why don't you take it away with where to find it if you didn't already, and then we'll throw it to Bob for his last word if he's available.
Yeah. So Bob is there's a train going by and it knocked his internet out. He just told us.
Oh shit.
So
all right. Well, why don't I just give the last word then?
Sure.
I like dongs.
There it is. Hit it with the theme music.
All right, everybody. That was a great production. That's the wrong button. See, I hoisted
No,
my own guitar.
That also was fitting. Hurry! Give your last word! Give your last word! Last word! Last word!
What's your last word, Bob?
Last word. I think it's jettisoned.
Jettisoned. I like it. All right, guys. See you next week. Let me get Jelly School out of here.
Bye, Jelly
Son of a bitch! That goddamn train.